Hey everybody, Eric with Solobox. So I totaled the Honda yesterday. I came up over a rise on the freeway to stop traffic and rear-ended somebody. Didn't get my chance to get my foot onto the brake. I was doing about 60 miles an hour. I did manage to just barely swerve a little bit, and so I just caught a glancing blow on the right-hand side of the car, but I was doing about 60 miles an hour probably when that happened. Asher and I are both okay. I'm sure they're going to total out my Honda. I've never been in an accident before, except for one little tiny fender bender one time when I lived in Oregon, but that was about 25 years ago. So I don't know anything about the process as far as like dealing with insurance. I've got full coverage. I don't have a car now, which I'm really uncomfortable about. You don't really realize how much of your freedom is wrapped up in having a vehicle until you don't have one. So this just happened yesterday. I was towing the utility trailer when it happened, and actually found myself yesterday dragging the utility trailer in one hand and a toddler in the other down the interstate. I had to go maybe 1/8 of a mile to get to where the Jersey divider, the Jersey barrier ended, so that I could get behind it where it would be a lot safer to stand with Asher while we waited on help. My friend Chad came down immediately, like literally I called him on the phone within probably 10 minutes of the accident happening. He immediately came down with his truck to pick up the trailer, and Asher and I, which I'm really grateful for. I don't have a whole lot of really good friends, but the ones that I do have are super solid, and Chad's definitely one of them, and I'm grateful for that. He came and helped, absolutely no problem. I knew when I made that phone call, Chad will come fix this, which he did, and so I'm really grateful for that. Man, I had a guy at the shop about a week ago for panniers, and he was telling me how he's been hit on his motorcycle 7 times, and I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy's just really unlucky. And so we needed something from the hardware store, so we hopped in my Honda and drove like probably round trip a total of about 4 miles, and in that 4 miles we almost got T-boned, and I'm thinking to myself, man, he's really got bad luck. And so yesterday, as I was leaving the valley with Asher to go towards Seattle on this trip that we ended up wrecking the car on, I was thinking to myself on the way out of the valley, you know, what is that like to find yourself in a position where you really have no choice? Because I've always felt really strongly that I could avoid an accident. I've had a couple of close calls on motorcycles where, you know, my reaction timing has definitely kept me from being in an accident. And so I was thinking about that yesterday, and this was just a few hours before the actual accident occurred. I wouldn't say it's actually precognitive, but sort of. So I was thinking about that on the way out of the valley, and that's exactly the position I found myself in. Like literally, I had like, I would say probably about maybe 80 feet to react at 60 miles an hour. I mean, boom, it was that quick, you know. Both airbags deployed. I got a little bit of a red mark and my wrist hurt. By the time I got home yesterday, I could feel that I'd been in an accident. Asher's got chafing on both sides of his neck from his harness, but it doesn't seem to bother him at all. But I've never been in a position where, you know, you're just along for the ride, basically. And it's just so weird that I was thinking about that yesterday morning, just hours before this accident occurred. I'm really grateful that everybody involved, the guy that I hit, he's okay. I'm sure that he's going to be getting a new car. I'm sure I totaled 2 cars yesterday. I'm just, man, so many thoughts. I was definitely in shock. I always think of shock as something that like slowly sets in, but no, I was like immediately in shock. Like it took me a bit to realize to get the car out of traffic, you know, check to make sure Asher was okay. Man, and the freeway was just absolutely, the 405, anybody that lives in the Pacific Northwest or in the Seattle area knows 405 is just always a mess anyway. So I mean, it's just nothing but traffic. And I'm standing on the side of the freeway in shock, and I'm trying to take care of a toddler and make sure that he's safe at the same time. There was a Jersey barrier there, so there was really no getting out of harm's way completely. I did eventually manually drag the trailer down the freeway, like I said, to where the Jersey barrier ended, to where we could get behind it and be safe. But man, what an ordeal. I'm grateful that everybody's okay, but man, I'm really uncomfortable about not having a car. I don't know what I'm going to do to be able to fix that. I don't know. I don't really know what else to really say about this other than, you know, it's an entirely new thing for me, and I'm glad that everybody's basically okay. The car can be replaced, and, you know, I think my game plan for today is just to stay in the shop and work. I changed my metal order to where they're going to deliver it up here instead of me picking it up yesterday, so that stuff's sitting in town, and I'm sure that I can probably borrow Chad's truck to tow the trailer to go get it when I'm ready. I think we're just going to stay close to home today and basically just buckle down and work. And yeah, just mentally I've got a lot going on in my mind. I've got to call the insurance company and try to figure out, hopefully I can get a check out of them somewhat quickly and get something else to drive. But anyway, I guess that's about it. Eric Solobox, I'll talk to you guys later.